Hi, this is Natural Dr. Nikki coming to you with a more natural approach to wellness for those people that are wanting to learn more about natural health and wanting to take a more natural approach to wellness. And I'm sitting outside on my porch. It got dark on me, but that's okay because I have everything I need. My microphone wasn't working as well, so I hope that you can hear me as I go over this information with you, just providing you with natural health information so that you can get the education that you need when it comes to your health and wellness. So we're going to start out, of course, with a scripture, still Hosea 4:6 says, "My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge." So I'm here to bring the knowledge that you're looking for when it comes to taking a more natural approach to wellness. So welcome to today's topic, which is weight loss, and we're going to be talking about the different phases, or not different phases, but different weight loss topics. So we're going to start with why we are fat. Why do we gain weight? Okay, so there's 3 reasons why that I put in this video. The older we get, we have a decline in our metabolism. So, that means that we have to be more physically active, be more physically fit, be more conscious of our physical activity. So we have a continuous decline in our metabolism once we start to get older. So we need to take that into consideration. And then, once you start to eat and start to consume, and you're not consuming nutritious food or food that's not effective or efficient for your body's metabolism, you also have a decline in metabolic processes as well. So number 2 would be a decline. I already kind of spoke about it a little bit, a decline in physical activity and exercise. So you have to be more conscious of being able to exercise more and being able to get the physical fitness that you need in on a daily basis, a weekly basis, monthly basis, or however would do what works for you when it comes to being physically fit. But when you're a child, you have so much energy. God provides you with all the nutrients and minerals and vitamins that you need when you're young, and around the age of 22 is when you start developing a mature liver. So your liver starts going into full effect at the age of 22. So up until 22, your body starts to have everything it needs to function properly. So that's why when you're younger, you don't really have a lot of health issues. Majority of young people do not have health issues. It's only when your liver starts to mature that you start getting developing those health issues. So let's see. Let me just talk about number 3 before I start talking about liver and metabolism. Number 3 is probably the hardest thing to understand, and that is your relationship with food. Food is very pleasurable, especially when you're depressed. You eat, it makes you feel better, it changes chemical reactions in your body. When you're hungry, it satisfies you, your hunger spells. There's a lot of comfort in foods. So your relationship to food is a number 1 reason why we find it hard to maintain weight loss, or to maintain our weight. Okay, so our liver matures, like I was saying about our liver matures at 22, and it works to our benefit until we get to 22, because we're full of nutrients, we're full of vitamins, we're full of all these good things that the Lord has put in us when we were born. So now our liver takes over at 22, and in order for us to continue to have an effective liver, then we must eat clean. We must eat foods that help our metabolism or our liver to function well. So 90 it's maybe hard to believe, but 98% of our metabolism is in our liver. So our liver has over 500 functions. If you're going to detox any organ in your body, if you're going to make sure that any organ in your body is clean, the liver is the one that you want to focus on, because the liver has the most important job. And when your liver is not functioning properly, it causes toxins in your body, and which is called toxemia. And 65% of diseases is caused by toxemia, and I'm sure it's probably greater than 65, but according to the research that I have, 65% of diseases are caused by toxemia. So we all know that our body needs three things, which is carbs, protein, and fats. But if you're not getting those carbs, protein, fats from a healthy source, or a more effective source that's more healthier, then our body starts to not be able to recognize it. So we start having digestive issues. When it comes to carbs, we need to eat carbs that are given to us from the earth, from Mother Nature. We need to eat protein that's given to us from Mother Nature, and we need to eat healthy fats, which is like avocado and nuts, things like that. Healthy oils. A lot of the things that we eat now are processed or manufactured to be cheap. So when you go out and eat processed foods, you are consuming stuff that is made by, pretty much processed and made by man. So that's called processed foods. So they process these foods to help the shelf life of foods. They add preservatives, they add additives to increase the shelf life of the food, so that when you go into the grocery store, they don't have to keep every 3 or 4 days, switching the food out and changing their shelves, the food that's on their shelf every 3 days. So they develop these chemicals, and they put these chemicals in our food that increases the shelf life, and I'm sure you can understand that. So our body needs carbs, proteins, and fats in order to live, but we need the healthy fats, we need the healthy protein, we need the healthy carbs. And our foundation to wellness is make sure that you exercise, make sure that you get proper nutrition, which is pretty much what you find through Mother Nature, and stay away from processed foods, stay away from the inside of the grocery store. They always say shop on the outside, because that's where you find the produce, that's where you find the healthy stuff. So try to shop on the outside of the grocery store. Be more conscious of the things that you consume, that you buy in the grocery stores. Learn how to read labels. Go to YouTube and learn how to read labels, and to find out different names for sugars, the different names for additives and preservatives, the things, MSG, things that make us not as healthy, or make our body react in negative ways. So learn how to read those labels, food labels. Okay, so you can find that information on YouTube. Also, when you have fat cells, your fat cells when you're around 22 are very small. And once you start eating unhealthy, your fat cells start to grow, and you never can eliminate your fat cells, because they're always there. So you can shrink your fat cells, but once you increase them to a certain amount, then it's kind of hard to get them back to where they need to be, because your hypothalamus creates a set point, and that set point keeps increasing until the point where it says, okay, I'm no longer hungry. Those hungry, the body has no signal for fullness, so you're no longer you no longer stop eating. You just keep eating, because those set points increase. So then that means your fat cells increase. So when your fat cells increase, they start to restrict your cells. You start having different issues when it comes to your cells being functionable. So before we get into metabolism, let me just go into the second topic of what do we know. So when we eat fat, our fat cells increase until the point where they explode. When they explode, when our cells explode, they leak lipids into our bloodstream, which causes inflammation. When inflammation is created in our blood, there's also cholesterol that goes into try to protect the damage from our cells being injured. And then there's also other hormones that are released as well when our fat cells explode. When cholesterol is in abundance, it causes organ damage. It clogs up your cells, which causes cells to become insulin resistant, and then eventually you'll start to have sugar issues. And I'm sure you know that the other name for sugar issues. I already said, things to do is shop outside of the grocery store, which is on the outside. I mean, shop on the outside, not in the middle, because a lot of things that are in the middle are processed foods. Number 3, drink more water. I would say drink more water than you eat. Try to eat a lot of liquidy foods like smoothies, soups, things like that. That has fruits and vegetables has a lot of water in it, so your body can work at its most effective when you're trying to digest. So try to eat more liquidy foods. Watermelon, fruits, oranges, they have a lot of water, and vegetables have a lot of water. And so when you think about eating food, think about how much water is in the food that you eat. Drink half of your body weight in ounces if you decide to drink. If you decide to eat a lot of different foods that do not have a lot of liquids in them. I would recommend drinking distilled water. Distilled water is a cleansing water. It helps to cleanse out your cells. So the molecules that distilled water are made of are clean molecules. So they distill it, the molecules become clean, they become absence of sugars and proteins and salts and things like that. So then when you drink it, it pulls out your salts, it pulls out your sugars in abundance. When you have too much salt, have too much sugar in your cells, it cleans out you. So distilled water is for cleansing. So I would recommend drinking distilled water, but drinking half of your body weight in ounces. If you're 100 pounds, then drink at least 50 ounces of water, distilled water, preferably a day. I tell most people just try to drink at least a half a gallon of distilled water a day. It keeps you healthy. Water keeps you flexible, keeps your brain operating. Your brain is probably 85% made of water. Your body is 70% made of water, so you have to keep water in you. That's why I think the Lord put fruits and vegetables in the world, because it has a lot of fluid, it has a lot of water inside of it. Drink coconut water. Drink anything that's going to make you healthy and flexible and gives you the water inside of you that you need. Like I say, you're made of 80% water. Eat natural foods that are made from the earth, fruits and vegetables. Nutritional food, green leafy vegetables has the power to clean your cells out. They are the scrubbers of foods. So when you eat them, they go in and work on your behalf to clean out your cells. That's why you hear a lot of healing power when it comes to eating more healthier, like eating green leafy vegetables and vegetables and salads and things like that, because they're the scrubbers. They go in and fight on your behalf. So don't forget about eating a salad. I try to eat a salad of different kinds, at least every day. Some salad every day. I try to eat a salad every day so that I can get those natural foods inside of my body, so that they can go in and fight on my behalf, which also improves my immune system. Immune system is what keeps you from bacteria and fungus and diseases. You know, it goes, your immune system goes in and fights on your behalf. So, you know, if a person gets a cold and you have a high immune system, most likely you won't get a cold because your body already attacks those viruses or those bacteria that invaded your body. So, you know, natural foods build up your immune system and of course keeps your metabolism functioning properly, which is 98% of your liver. So when you eat foods that are not beneficial for your body, or a lot of processed food, it slows your liver down. When your liver slows down, you gain weight, and that's what we want to stay away from. Okay, so one of the research or one of the YouTube videos that I was watching, it said, you know, inflammation is in your body, which once your cells explode, which cause inflammation in your body. Some of the foods that are very beneficial for inflammation are purple foods, such as plums, purple cabbage, and purple carrots. So I know, you know, we probably don't find purple carrots, but if you find purple food inside of your grocery store, then please know that it's good when it's fighting inflammation in your body. And then number 6, I would say, you know, learn how to detox. Detox is probably the number one thing that you can do to keep your body healthy, keep your body functioning to its maximum ability. Like I said, the foundation to wellness and health is to exercise, nutrition, and detox. Detox is, I would say, let's see, man, excuse me for one moment, I forgot my little markers. Okay, I'm right on this little board right here. Right here. So we had this little chart right here. So exercise. Exercise will be on the top. This is your foundation to wellness. Exercise will be on the top. And then focus on nutrition will be next. And then the most important thing that you can do is to detox. So once you eat, your body, when you exercise, exercising is a form of detoxing. Once you eat, your body needs to detox all the toxins that is not natural. So detoxing is a very important process when it comes to becoming well, you know, having optimal health. So learn how to effectively detox your body. I've detoxed before with water fasting. I detoxed before, and I would say that fasting, when it comes to water fasting is probably the quickest way, but I wouldn't say, you know, some doctors would say it's not as healthy because you're doing rapid weight loss, but it would be the most effective when it comes to health issues. But you have to learn how to detox or fast properly, and I wouldn't recommend, you know, if you don't know what you're doing, I wouldn't recommend fasting over 3 days. There's another detox program that I do is Master Cleanse. I do that like probably three times a year, where I do the Master Cleanse, and me and my mom and some friends of mine on Facebook will do a 10-day detox with the Master Cleanse, which is lemons, distilled water, grade A maple syrup, cayenne pepper, and that's all. We make a big old gallon of it, and that's all we consume for the 10 days. And you have rapid weight loss. You know, people think that you're going to lose a lot of weight. I mean, I have before. I've lost a lot of weight, but it's not a very effective and healthy way to lose weight. So it's more on probably detoxing than anything. It's more beneficial for detox. It's called the Master Cleanse. So let's get into the metabolism of the body. So let's see. Okay. This is our cell right here. This is our cell. Okay. When we eat food, like I said, you know, your cells are pretty much normal size when you're around 22. And that's why it pretty much takes a minute for you to gain weight. You know, it takes years for you to develop a sickness or illness or a dis-ease in your body. It takes years, at least 10 years or so, to develop. So in the process of developing these diseases in your body, this is what happens. So you consume a lot of meat. If you consume a lot of meat, which is, you know, meat is very acidy. So when you eat fruits and vegetables are alkaline. So, you know, God intended for our bodies to be more alkaline than acid. So I wouldn't, you know, say that it's completely detrimental to your body to not consume meat, but I would say, you know, do it in moderation. When you decide to eat meat, you know, you don't have to eat meat every day. You know, there's not a lot of protein that you have to really consume a day in order to, you know, survive. So 40% of our body needs carbs. So like I was saying, you know, our body needs our carbs, fats, and protein. We need 40% of carbs, whatever we consume, 40%. 30% of fats, and 30% of protein. So, you know, protein is, compared to carbs and fats, you need only 30% of proteins. So proteins you can get in plants. You don't just have to get vegetables. You don't have to just get protein from meat. So when you consume a lot of meat, you pretty much develop a lot of fats around your body, because it causes, you know, eating a lot of meat can cause a lot of inflammation, which causes your fats to, like, you know, explode. So let's just say that this is the fat. So once you eat a fat all the time, this is the fat. The fat that surrounds your cells right here. And then eventually the fat that surrounds your cells will cause your cells to miscommunicate. So it's more like on a cellular level. When you have diseases in your body, it's on a cellular level. It's on a cellular level. So we have to think about, you know, keeping our cells healthy. So I'm trying to get this where y'all can see it without this. Okay. Okay. So fats. So once your cells are not able to communicate with other cells because they're having malfunctions because of the fat that's pretty much surrounding your cells, which is cholesterol, then your cells are supposed to be flexible. They're supposed to go in and breathe just like this, go in and out. So when the cholesterol surrounds your cells, it causes your cells to be not move as flexible. So then let's say right here, they're not as flexible. So now they have to stay in a certain confined area. So this is when your cells are not as flexible, when they don't breathe and go in and out like this, then we get high blood pressure. So that when you feel that pumping in your head and in your veins, and when they test you for high blood pressure, you get high blood pressure because of the constriction that the cholesterol is making around your cells, and your cells not being able to properly communicate with your other cells or organs. Okay. There's also, you know, water that's built up around, which is also contributing to the fat. So all this stuff that's pretty much covering your cells is causing your cells not to operate effectively, and causing also insulin resistance. So your insulin cannot go into the cells. So there's a lot of stuff that's in here. There's fats in here. There's sugars that's in here. There's salts that's in here. Potassium. All kind of stuff that's in your cells. And if you have an abundance of cells, of course, like I said, they start to burst. And they cause inflammation. So then when you have too much of this fat going on in your cells, your liver would come over here to your liver, and your liver is like, okay, I'm gonna start slowing down, because now all these cells that are not being able to communicate effectively are slowing my functions down. So I need this, I need that, I'm not getting them, so I'm going to stop working it effectively. So like I said, 98% is your metabolism is in your liver. 65% of diseases are caused from toxemia. So liver has over 500 functions. So now once your liver is slowing down, it slows down, it's not able to metabolize, so you start gaining weight. And then it slows down. And then if it's not able to, digest and effectively put these things where they need to be, you have a lot of sugar coming in your body, and your sugar starts to not be able to be processed because of insulin resistance of your cells not being able to communicate with the rest of your body. So now we have sugar issues. Not everybody has sugar issues. It's just metabolism, the way your body is. It's just the way that your body is, pretty much functioning. So if your liver is misfunctioning in, half of the 500 functions that it has, then you may have sugar issues. You may have high blood pressure. You may have other issues. So there's a numerous amount of diseases that you could have. So then, like we were saying about your muscles, you start losing tonicity. You start losing your lean. You start losing, because your fat cells you start getting fat around your muscles, but you start losing that lean muscle. You start having, like I said, muscles. You start losing the lean tissue in your body. So you become more fatter, I guess, with those fat cells. So that's pretty much it. I'm running out of time. I could probably talk more about this metabolism on another video, but so those are the things that I wanted to pretty much discuss with you. Like meat, when it comes to on a pH scale, meat is the most acidic meats, especially red meat. Meats are very acidic. And then this is alkaline over here. And alkaline are vegetables, algae, things that come from the sea. So, this is 0, but it goes from 1 to 14 pH. So, if, let's see. Sorry, I put it the wrong way. So, meats. Uh-oh. Okay, so on a scale of 1 to 14, this is neutral, 0. So this is a pH scale, which means that this is the acid side, this is the alkaline side. I had them switched over because of my paperwork. I put it on the other side. But okay, so red meat is very alkaline, which is not beneficial for your body. And algae and green leafy vegetables are very alkaline for your body. So, you know, try to consume more vegetables in your diet so that you can be able to help your body to process and be more effective when it comes to your liver and your metabolism. So I usually tell people to eat 80-20, adapt the 80-20 program. Man, 30 minutes, adapt the 80-20 program, which means that, you know, you eat 80% of fruits and vegetables, and then 20% of whatever the other stuff that you want. But I think I'm running out of time with this video because it's already 30 minutes long. So I will finish this video, and I'll say, you know, thank you for sharing your time with me today, so that I can share information with you when it comes to natural health and wellness. I'll see you on the next video. Hope you tune in. And this is Dr. Natural Nikki coming to you with a more natural approach to wellness. And I'll see you next time. Thanks. Make sure you like and subscribe and tell people about this channel so that they can be inspired and be educated as well. Oh, these bugs. Okay, thank you. Bye-bye.